Sometimes getting your pitch right is also an evolution of your leadership team. I used to sail, and so what I will say is we did a big race, and what they'd have is there's a buoy, right? And so what you sometimes think is like, all right, how many boat lengths away is that buoy? And we had a coach who said, all right, everybody stop. Tell me in your head how far away that is. And literally five people who've all been doing this for a while had five different answers. And
Mhm,
so I also think like in your pitch and what we had with launch
mhm,
was this understanding where like we wanted higher margin business. We wanted to do transformational consulting. We wanted to have sort of, we wanted to have a viable alternative for sort of that, like the BCGs and the McKinseys and all those things. But what that looked like to a series of senior executives that have been in this market and from seven different companies that had grown up differently was very different. So we had a planning meeting that was really around like, okay, what are our differentiators? Like what truly does make us special? And I will tell you, like, it took a second, right? Like there were one or two funny calls where there was a little bit of crickets where you'd be like, okay, but do we hire differently? Do we, when our last clients came to us, like, why did they come to us? And like the first two or three literally was like, well, because they didn't like, they hated, a different GSI. You're like, okay, well, that's not like, we're going to have to work on that because that's not why somebody, that's not a compelling why for somebody to pick up a pen. But then we
mhm,
got to, as we had some of these, like, what could we be? What do our clients need from a global scaled, big four alternative? What could we be? I do think you step back and you start to think, like, would I buy this? 2 or 3 days after that, we really did get to a like, okay, this is something if I were our target market, I might now start to buy.